Hello my friends, I am back with another video. So in my last video I did my makeup, but I didn't really explain the products and I didn't really rave about like the products that I die for and the products I cannot live without. So this video is going to be more of like an in-depth how-to for my glowy skin, you know, that summer glow that everyone is raving about. So I have my products laid out here and I just want to give you my tips and tricks because I am an esthetician or a skincare specialist if you don't know what an esthetician is. I just want to tell the girls what's good, you know, like I don't want to gatekeep. I'll gatekeep sometimes, I won't lie. I don't want to gatekeep these products specifically because I just feel like everybody needs them in my personal opinion. I have my products here and again, I'm just gonna stop rambling and get started. So when it comes to having that glow, you know, like that beauty within, that angelic goddess radiant look, skin prep is everything. Skincare is the real foundation. I kind of want to trademark that. That was good. Usually I'll do a moisturizer and then I will go in with my sunscreen. Girls, don't forget the sunscreen. Like I can't emphasize on that enough. This product, y'all. I don't love chemical sunscreens. I don't know what it is, but my skin does not really agree with it. And it just kind of like irritates me for some reason. And I've been on the lookout for a mineral sunscreen that doesn't leave that white cast, that is easy to blend out, and it feels really light on the skin. It's Dr. Jart's, what is it called? Mineral Sunscreen Every Sunday Mineral Sunscreen. This is like sent from heaven. It's made with zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, which my skin actually really loves when it comes to sunscreen. I don't like chemical, like I said. Physical sunscreens are a go-to for me. If you don't know the difference between physical and chemical sunscreens, I'll put a graphic up here so you know the difference between the two. Back to skin prep. So my favorite moisturizer currently is the Daydream Cream from Province Beauty. It's super affordable. I think this was like not even 20 bucks. Which compared to my last moisturizer, which was close to 50, this is a steal for me. So I'll go in with a little bit of moisturizer. I'm gonna be honest, like as a skincare specialist and someone who also has medical experience, I kind of hate the concept of having products come out of a jar because your hands touch a million things every single day. And the fact that you have to like re-dip your finger, I don't know, it's just, I'm a huge germaphobe when it comes to that. And if you're acne prone, I would honestly recommend using products that come out of a pump, just like I said, for sanitary reasons. I'm just gonna cover my face and neck. Also, I need to make a whole skincare video because I have a lot to say. Skincare doesn't end at your chin. It doesn't end at your jaw. Your skincare should go all the way into your décolleté on top of your chest and shoulder area. And a lot of people are shocked when they hear about that, but it is true. This is all included in skincare. So when you're applying your moisturizer and you're applying your sunscreen, make sure that it is covering those areas completely and not just ending at the jaw, like I said. So we have our moisturizer on. My skin is super dry, so you're gonna notice that I put like a million products on and it just still looks like I don't have any type of hydration and like buoyancy in my skin. So anyways, we're gonna go in with an oil on top of that. You guys should have seen this in my last video if you watched it, but this is the Biossance, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Biossance Squalane Vitamin C Rose Oil is so good. So good. Using this with sunscreen is definitely the way to go. And the thing with face oils and serums that is going to optimize how it makes your skin look is how you apply it. I wouldn't recommend just rubbing it in your face like a moisturizer. If you press it into the skin, it encourages it to go deeper into your skin layers, and it just gives you more of that bouncy, youthful glow. So now that that is applied, I am now finally going to go in with the sunscreen. People are confused of how much sunscreen you should use on your face, and I would recommend like 2 fingerfuls. That might even be underdoing it, but we're going to apply that to our face, into the neck. Don't forget the neck or I will come for you. I would also make sure to apply this onto the ears, which is a place a lot of people forget. Also on top of your eyelids, super important. And this is just like a side note, I would also get a lip balm that has an SPF on it. So at this point, here's what we got going on. Like, you see how there's already that glow underneath? That's what we want before we even apply our products. I'm gonna start off with, I don't know if I want to call it a primer. This is a very unique product. It claims to be like a filter. Like, you know how on Instagram you have those like skin blurring filters? It's supposed to have that same effect on your skin, but in real life, which I think is super cool. But this is only $14, you guys, and it's like my favorite thing in the entire planet. I will sometimes wear this by itself. It looks like a foundation, but it's not. It doesn't really cover much, and you'll see this as I'm applying it, but it does what it claims. It blurs your skin, it gives you even more of a glow, and I'm just obsessed. So you see me applying this on my face, but I don't really recommend doing this if you are acne prone, because it's kind of the same concept. Like, you have bacteria on your skin, and as you're re-dipping it and applying it, you're just like spreading out that oil and dirt that was initially on your face, and you're putting it back into your bottle. So I don't recommend doing that if you're acne prone, like I said. I honestly wouldn't recommend it in general, but I'm just being naughty today, I guess. I was gonna get the Charlotte Tilbury, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I was gonna get the Charlotte Tilbury filter, which is kind of a similar concept to this product. I don't know if e.l.f. took the idea from her, or maybe that was a thing already, but that product runs at about like $30 something or maybe $40 something, I forgot. I was gonna buy it, but I saw that e.l.f.'s ingredient list for this product was a lot better, so I'm gonna always go for the ingredient list. I don't really care if something is designer. Anyways, do you see this? Like, maybe some of you are like, you're crazy, you look exactly the same, but no. Like, if you're seeing what I'm seeing, like, isn't that just everything? This is another product where I legitimately don't see myself using anything else. I kid you not, I've been using this since I was 17. I'm turning 24 in a couple months. I've probably purchased like, I don't know, maybe 20 of these bottles, but I refuse to use anything else. It gives you the coverage of a foundation, but it gives you the finish of a moisturizer. And I just live for it every time. I don't want to use anything else. I've purchased foundations out of curiosity just to see if like there's anything really good out there that I enjoy. But this one is my homie. Like, I'm loyal. I'm loyal to him. He is everything to me. He is my dream man. What I'm going to do is, don't judge my beauty blender. Can we just accept that every girl's beauty blender looks like this? Like, I refuse to believe that anybody washes their beauty blender every single day. You're lying. So I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna press this into the skin. And I don't really like going, sometimes I'll do like that super rapid bouncing motion if I'm just trying to like get it done. But if I'm really taking my time, I like to press it and then like kind of twist it and lift it up, like that kind of deal. This is going to minimize how much product is taken off, and it's really going to settle into the skin so nicely. So I'm just gonna take any extra foundation I have on my hand and I'm gonna blend it into my neck. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I'm not taking it too much underneath my eye, and that's because my under eye tends to crease a lot. So when I go in with the concealer in a little bit, I just don't want that area to be like foundation and then concealer on top. So I just leave that part blank as I can, so I can go in with the concealer. So this is another e.l.f. product. Shout out to e.l.f. because they've been honestly killing the game since forever. I've been loving their, I think this is the camo concealer. It's the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And I want to say this is in the shade Fair Warm. So kind of similar to my skin tone. How I'm going to place this is going to be very, very minimal, and it's going to be a little bit strategic. So you know how back in the day in 2016, it was trendy to just have the most caked makeup ever, and you would do like that huge triangle underneath your eye? I found that that doesn't really look good in real life. That mostly just looks good on camera. So I'm just gonna put a little bit onto my chin and a little bit on top of my forehead as well. And as you can see, it's a little bit lighter than my actual skin tone. So again, going in with the Beauty Blender, and we are going to blend that out. And then I'm going to still create that triangle look. You're gonna see throughout the video that my under eyes may crease a little bit, and that's fine because I'm gonna show you what I do to combat that as much as I can. Because honestly, in my opinion, I don't think there's such thing as a creaseless concealer, especially underneath the eye. The way your skin moves throughout the day, naturally, it's kind of bound to happen. I am a pale girl, and I say that because I have a really hard time looking for a contour stick or a bronzer that doesn't look orange or yellow on my skin. And I found that this one is a really, really good option if you have lighter skin. If you want that sculpted contour look, but you also want that warmth in your face. It's by Makeup by Mario. Ew. Let me fix that there. It's by Makeup by Mario. It's the shaping or soft sculpt shaping stick in the shade Light. This, you guys, I have not stopped using it, and it's kind of pricey, but in my opinion, I think it's worth it. Now that we have that applied, I'm going to use my, guess what brand? I'm going to use my e.l.f. Buffing. It's actually a foundation brush, but I love using it for contour. So I'm just going to blend that in. The key with blending out contour or any sort of cream product is to press it in and not wipe aggressively. I used to do that all the time. I would like wipe my contour, and then I would wonder why it was so subtle and I couldn't really see it, and it's because I was basically wiping the product off. So when you're blending out cream products onto your face, you're supposed to press it kind of like you would a beauty blender. Oh, you see how beautifully that blends out? I love it. And here's a tip for my pale girls. If you feel like your bronzer's a little bit too orange, I like to go in with the Beauty Blender, and any foundation or concealer that's on the Beauty Blender, you can go over that on top of your bronzer a little bit just to lighten it up and just so you're not looking like the people from Jersey Shore in like 2007. So going back to the under eye concealer. So this is the trick I like to do to like prevent creasing as much as I can. I'll take a concealer brush without any product on it. This is the e.l.f. Pro Shadow. I think this is number 10. if I remember. And you see how it's already creasing? That is what I'm talking about there. So I like to kind of wipe away the product. And I'm wiping in a way where it's going away from my face to have that, like I said, sculpted effect. And as far as nose contour, I'm not really huge on it. I don't really feel like, not that anyone needs to do it. Like, if you have a bigger nose, I honestly think that's very, very beautiful and you should embrace that. But I don't really feel like I want to have a thinner nose. So I'll like very lightly put bronzer on it, but mostly to even out the skin tone so that it's not just like all brown at the sides of my face. And I'll really quickly blend that out, and I'll put it even a little bit on my eyelids. So we pretty much got our complexion down. So I'm gonna move on to blush. Blush, I think, can make or break this look. I would do a blush that kind of is similar to your lip color. A blush I found that's kind of similar is Milk Makeup in the shade, don't judge me, this shit looks so dirty. Milk Makeup in the shade Work. I actually got this as a birthday gift at Sephora, I believe, and I love it. I have been using it ever since I got it. As far as blush placements, I would do it right above where we did the bronzer and the contour. And as you're smiling, make sure you're getting it like I'm being so fake, like that type of smile. Do like the fake smile, and then apply it on top of your cheeks. If you prefer, you can do this with your fingers, which is what I'm gonna do. Just tap it, nothing too complicated. So you're gonna tap that. You're gonna tap that, but I'm not funny. So far so good. I'm actually gonna go in with my smudge just because it's a bad habit. Like, I just feel like I need to do it. So I just want to set underneath my eyes, and I want to also set in a couple extra areas. So for my powder, I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder in the shade Fair, the first shade that she has. I'm not a huge fan of Charlotte Tilbury's ingredient list, I'll be honest, but some of her products are genuinely good, and I'll just use it just because I have it. But I don't really plan on repurchasing a lot of her products. Anyways, I'm just gonna go in with my beauty blender. And if you have dry skin like me, you know that powders are extremely hard to find that don't completely dry out your skin. And I honestly still haven't found that powder that doesn't make my skin like literally crack and like flake off throughout the day. So I wouldn't really recommend this powder for people with dry skin, if I'm being honest, but it works, and it's just something I have now for now in the meantime. I don't really like buying too many of the same product at once. I'll just like kind of use it up and then buy it when I don't have any more. So I find with glowy makeup tutorials, this can really make or break the look as well, along with the blush, is how you place your powder. Because when your face is covered in like oil and glowy products, it can very easily look like you're sweating or you're too oily. And we want to avoid that. So I would recommend placing your blush around, or not your blush, I would recommend placing your powder around your nose so it kind of mats out that area. And I also would apply just a little bit around the chin. Those are the areas that are gonna make your face look oily if you don't put powder on it. And I'll put a little bit on top of my forehead, just a tiny bit as well. When I say a little bit, I mean whatever was left that you didn't use underneath your eyes. So we have our powders. We don't look like a sweaty, oily mess. Now we are going to go into, let's do eyes. I'm not a huge eyeshadow person. I have like maybe 2 eyeshadow palettes that I'll use once in a blue moon. But what I like to do for eyeshadow is I'll just take the same color I use for my contour and I'll just slap that onto my eye. And what I like to do is do a motion where it's kind of like you're doing a winged eyeliner. So like I said, it's giving you that winged look. I wouldn't recommend leaving your eyelids empty because it kind of just makes it look like your face is just one tone and there's no dimension. So I definitely would put at least like one color onto your eyelid. Do that, like I said, cat eye type of look, and then go into the bridge of your nose, or not the bridge, but the sides of your nose. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but please excuse any skin you see underneath my eye if you can see it. I have legitimately the driest skin, and it's not the products and it's not my technique that's not working, it's literally just my skin. I'm just gonna pop a little bit of the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in the shade Truffle. This is the perfect inner eye highlight. I like to kind of drag it towards the middle. It's so beautiful, and when I tell you this won't move, it won't move. Like, it will stay there the entire day. She's not going anywhere. Now we're gonna go into the brows. My product that I'm using today is the Benefit Brow Gel. I think it's the shade 4.5, which is the medium brown. I think it's like medium or dark brown. So after I put on the brow gel, what I like to do is I like to carve out my eyebrows, and I found that this makes such a difference. Just go in with a dense little shadow brush and I'll dip into the concealer, and I just like to carve it out. I don't know if you notice a difference, but there's that like little pop of highlight underneath, which I just love. I'm gonna define my brows a little bit more with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Chocolate Brow Powder Duo. This is in the, it's in the shade Chocolate, but it's the powder duo. I bought this like 6 months ago and it's kind of dirty, I'm sorry. It still looks like I barely even used it, so this is definitely a really good investment. I mostly just do it at the arc of my brow, and then I'll just define the ends because I feel like the front already kind of looks decent. I don't like that boxy brow look, so if you want to avoid that, I would just say don't put too much product on the inner edges of your eye. And what I like to do also to fade it out is I'll just take like a brow brush and I'll just brush upwards just in the first half of the brow, so it looks a lot more natural and you don't have that like boxy brow look. You see how it's kind of looking faded? So that's really all I do for brows. We're almost done with this look here. I want to quickly just go over the contour with the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow Duo palette. This is also really good if you have light skin. It's a bronzer or contour shade, and then there's a highlight shade up here. I like to go over the areas that we contoured earlier in the video, and it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it really does make a huge difference. And I'll just lightly tap it. Oh, by the way, this is the By Mario, I think, highlight and contour brush. I really don't remember the name if I'm being honest. So I'm just gonna finish off with highlight, which is the icing on the cake for this look. This is what this look is known for. So I'm just gonna go in with the highlighting brush side, and I'm gonna go into that highlighting shade. And then I'm going to lightly, yes, I'm going to lightly go over the points of your face that you want to pop out. So that is above the cheek, underneath the brow, onto the ear. I know it's kind of weird, but I like how it looks. Onto the bridge of the nose, tip of the nose. Yes. It's giving glazed donuts. I live, I breathe, I die. I never really know if I like the highlight on the nose. I feel like it kind of makes my nose look wider, but I don't know, it's cute in real life, so I just keep doing it. Cupid's bow. Yes. You see that glow? That glow within, that I got 10 hours of sleep look? That's what we're going for here. So I'm gonna finish off this look with lashes. This mascara, I'm obsessed. Like, I'm obsessed, actually. It's the Benefits They're Real mascara. So I'm just gonna go in lightly with this, but you see, oh, I just love it. Look at that, guys. Look at that difference. And I like to just give it kind of a cat eye look and concentrate more on the edges of my lashes. But wow. I live, I breathe, and I die. Like, that's it. Enough said. So I'm gonna do that same thing on the other eye. And we are almost done here. I'm just gonna grab my lip products and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. It took me like 10 minutes to find this. But my favorite lip combo ever is the Clinique lipstick in Black Honey. I love this lipstick. It's not too much different than your natural lip color, at least mine anyway, but it gives you that like sheer lip tint type of look. I just like to do one layer, but it just goes so good with everyone's skin tone. This is honestly a little bit intense for me, but the more layers you apply of that lipstick, it turns into like a darker, reddish, purplish type of tone, and I just love it so much. And then I'll go in with the Dior lip oil. This is in the shade Mahogany. It looks really dark in the tube, but I promise it's not. So I like to place that on top. It's so moisturizing and it kind of tingles your lips a little bit, but not in a bad way. In a like peppermint type of way. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I want to do anything else. Oh, one more thing. So this is one drugstore product that I really love. It's the Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade, I honestly forgot, but it's like a dusty rose color. And I just like to go in with that contour brush and finish off. I'll put it on top of the highlight because this blush is pretty illuminizing and it gives that glow as well. So I like to kind of mix the two. And I'll also go in onto my eye a little bit. Okay guys, so this is the final results. If you watched the whole video, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much more than you know. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look, and I hope you maybe took some things away from it that you would like to try in your own routine. But that is all for today. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.